Now at 6, a teenager faces charges for a weekend crash that killed a motorcyclist. Plus, how an organization is helping area first responders get the equipment they need. And why the fire chief of one southwest Missouri town is worried his firefighters might leave.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Authorities file a manslaughter charge against a driver in a fatal weekend crash in Joplin. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. That crash occurred Saturday evening on the 1200 block of Range Line. Police say 26-year-old Charles Richardson Jr. of Joplin was part of a group of motorcycle riders going north. They say a car driven by a 17-year-old male left the convenience store and pulled into Richardson's path. Richardson has now died at the hospital. Investigators say the 17-year-old was under the influence of marijuana. He's been arrested for involuntary manslaughter and driving while intoxicated. A woman is injured after driving her car into a Joplin building. It happened this afternoon on South Wall Avenue. Police say she was driving at an excessive speed and lost control going over some former railroad tracks before hitting the brick wall. The driver was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Nice weather to start the work week. Let's check in with Doug Heddy.
Yeah, we had fantastic weather for Easter weekend. And then, of course, for us today, we've had pretty much nice weather except the past couple hours. We've had scattered thunderstorms popping up Kansas and Oklahoma. Not too much on the Missouri side. Once you get really from Butler to Nevada, we are getting some showers and thunderstorms. And then another pretty good batch just to the west of Iola on top of Yates Center, up toward Burlington, stretching just to the northwest of Fredonia, and then also Neodesha. So we're going to see these storms kind of sticking around throughout the evening hours. A couple of them could be a little bit on the stronger side, and then once the sun begins to set, the thunderstorms will diminish. Most of us are sitting still low to mid 70s. Through the rest of the evening, we drop back through the 60s, 50s, near 50 for us later on tonight. We're going to look at the rest of the week here in just a bit.
See you soon. The Montgomery County, Kansas Sheriff's Office wants to add a new drone to their team. And now they're getting some outside help. KOAM's Kerry Worthen talked with them about how this is made possible.
When I found out what they were doing, one thing led to another, and we started Hero Fund USA.
Hero Fund is a private organization that helps raise money to provide gear and equipment to firefighters, EMS, and law enforcement.
Just like with Montgomery County, Kansas here, there's a need for a drone that they didn't realize they had until they needed one. And so we are in the process right now of raising money to help fund about a $25,000 drone project for the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department in Independence.
Detective and SWAT team leader Kyle Hand says the drones they use now have sensors that keep them from maneuvering to places needed. That's why they want a new drone with more features.
It doesn't have the sensors on there for the obstacles, so the pilot can make a smooth transition from room to room. Has infrared cameras on it so that we can see at nighttime, so it'd also be really handy for like wilderness missions that we have with a suspect or something out in the wilderness.
And drones are important because they can fly into an active crime scene or a school situation or a mall situation, or they can hover over a burning building to assess where hot spots are. With the thermal imagers that the drones we fund have, they can see through the roof into the building to see where there might be clusters of people and maybe one person standing in front of them, so you kind of get the picture of what's going on there before the first responders go into a dangerous environment.
Hero Fund will match half of the amount needed. So in this case, the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office is responsible for half of the cost of the drone. In Independence, Kerry Worthen, KOAM News.
Daryl Smith with Hero Fund USA says they've never had to turn anyone down when it comes to funding. You can find more information on our website about Hero Fund at KOAMnewsnow.com. Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders today signed a bill cutting individual and corporate income taxes in the state by $124 million a year. The new law will cut the top individual income tax rate to 4.7% from 4.9%. The law also cuts the top corporate income tax rate by 0.2% down to 5.1%. Pittsburgh residents tomorrow will vote whether to continue a public safety sales tax. The 0.05% tax went into effect in March of 2014. If approved, it would maintain that rate for the next 10 years. If not, it would expire next year. Pittsburgh Police Chief Brent Nargis says the tax allows the department to better enhance their services to the community with more staffing, technology, and equipment. Voters in Fairgrove, Missouri, near Springfield, turned down a $3 million bond issue for improving fire protection by a thin margin. Liam Garrity reports the Fairgrove fire chief is worried some of his firefighters will leave soon for better paying jobs.
We have some significant challenges coming up, so this would have went a long way in addressing those challenges, so it's definitely disappointing.
The Fairgrove Fire Protection District asked voters for a $3 million bond. Chief Hoskins says they don't know where they will go from here.
We're really concerned with staff retention, maintaining our apparatus and equipment, updating our facilities. We don't really foresee right now how we're going to be able to accomplish that.
Chief Hoskins says the money would have helped to hire more firefighters, rebuild a fire station, get new equipment, and more. He says the issue needed around 40 more yes votes to pass. Greene County Clerk Shane Scholler says this is exactly why every vote matters.
Because you never know when your ballot can be the deciding ballot.
Scholler says in this case, in a regularly called election, bond issues need a 57% majority to pass. He says a single vote can change your community's future.
It's also important that when the issues are being decided, they're going to affect you personally. When it comes to bonding or taxing issues, those are some important things that you make sure you get out and let your voice be heard.
Chief Hoskins says the community could suffer from this.
The more firefighters we have on the apparatus, the safer the community is. There's been large challenges in the fire service nationwide of attracting candidates even at much larger departments. So being a smaller department, we struggle anyway.
He's worried about the district's ability to recruit and keep firefighters, but appreciates people came out to vote.
Being a small district, every penny we are trying to stretch to go as far as possible, and the challenges we have coming up will be significant.
Fire chief isn't sure if the bond's going to be put back on the ballot soon. He wants to respect voters' choices, but the district is now planning on how to overcome those challenges. Coming up, how a wildlife park in Oklahoma is letting visitors get up close and personal with a sloth. Plus, a Joplin organization goes on the road to better serve veterans looking for assistance with disability benefits. Creation Safari Wildlife Park in Wyandotte, Oklahoma houses exotic animals right here in the 4 states. Last year, the park added a new resident to their family, a sloth named Flash. As KOAM Segun Bamandelli reports, they're now offering people a unique opportunity to get up close and personal with him.
Creation Life Park in Wyandotte recently started a program called Sloth Encounters. Visitors will have the chance to hand feed and pet Flash the sloth.
And so we've been training that to do encounters, and so we just recently started doing those. So what it is, you can pay a little extra fee, you can go in with the sloth, you can hand feed him, you can pet him, cannot hold him, he doesn't like to be held, but you can feed him and pet him.
It is not just getting a chance for a cute photo op. Kids get excited when interacting with the animals and learning more about them.
Man, they love it. I mean, they absolutely love it. The kids come here. One of their favorite things is the rabbits, our little sheep and goat pen, our bottle pen. The kids just love interacting with the animals.
One visitor says our kids love the sloth experience and the park as a whole.
This year we've been coming every week since they opened again. I got my kids season passes.
The park is working to get another sloth, potentially giving Flash a new friend.
We've always wanted to have one here, and we finally got things worked out where we could get one, and we plan on getting another one this summer.
The sloth encounters are $45 per person, and they include around 20 minutes with Flash. Local veterans got some extra assistance today signing up for disability benefits. Joplin's Disabled American Veterans Chapter number 52 hosted a mobile assistance unit today in Airport Drive. It was a chance for veterans to get assistance or get answers to questions regarding disability benefits. Officials say it's important for veterans to know what they qualify to receive.
So many veterans out here that don't realize their benefits that they get. I mean, somebody bumps their head in basic training, he gets a headache, he has to go to the sick bay, he has a concussion because of it. As long as it's documented in his service records, that's a disability.
The Joplin DAV needs volunteers to drive veterans to medical appointments. A little bit later, a pair of Carthage athletes sign on to continue their careers at the college level.
Plus, we have some scattered thunderstorms out there this evening. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it turned out to be a great Easter weekend, and then, of course, today. Most of the day pretty good, but we have had some scattered thunderstorms, mainly on the Kansas and the Oklahoma side, that have popped up this afternoon. They're still going to be out there for the next few hours. We have the cumulus clouds out there, a nice shot of Indigo Sky Casino and Resort Indigo, just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, so we don't have any severe thunderstorm watches, but we do down across central Oklahoma. We've had some severe thunderstorm warnings, but as of now, most of these are just moderate to strong storms, and the areas that are getting the rain are the areas that need the rain, where the drought is the worst in our western counties. These probably aren't going to get into the metro, but you can see some stronger storms. We had a couple severe thunderstorm warnings earlier. So here's I-49, so we're looking Nevada over to Fort Scott. Just on the northeast side of Pittsburgh, a few showers and a few little thunderstorms. Heading over toward Iola, Yates Center, pretty decent little thunderstorm. You can see the lightning strikes. These extend farther south into Greenwood County, Elk County, and northern parts of Chautauqua County, and you can see these extend down into north central parts of Oklahoma. But they're going to fall apart now as we go through the next couple hours, because we're going to lose the heating of the day. Most of the severe weather has been confined across central parts of Oklahoma. Temperatures pretty good. Where it has rained, a little bit cooler, 58 in Fort Scott, 62 in Nevada. Everybody else is sitting into lower 70s. You can see those thunderstorms up near Pittsburgh, or just north of Pittsburgh. Currently outside, 73 south winds, 5 to 10 humidity at 42%. Through the rest of the evening, we slide back through the 60s, 50s, near 50 for an overnight low. And this little system is going to swing south and just kind of hang out across the southern parts of the plains and wait for our next storm system, which will give us more moisture as we really get late in the week. Most of the week's actually going to be pretty good. All right, here's 8:30. Thunderstorms dying down and then gone. Later on tonight, we drop back near 50 for an overnight low. Tuesday is going to be great. Upper 60s by noon, mid 70s once again during the afternoon. Tomorrow night, another nice night. We drop back to about 50 for an overnight low. And then on Wednesday, we do it again. High temps right back up into the mid 70s for highs. Even Thursday looks pretty good as well. All right, here's your day planner. 7 a.m. 56, 66 by 11, 72 by 3. High temps going to push probably 75 as we get into tomorrow afternoon. Our next storm system, this is going to move in on Friday. We'll start to get some clouds, maybe a couple random showers in the morning, but we're going to have to watch for thunderstorms trying to break out Friday evening. And if those can get going, those will most likely be strong to severe. So we'll keep our eyes on that as we go through the week. 75s, Tuesday, Wednesday, 76. On Thursday, 80 on Friday with those evening thunderstorms lasting into Saturday morning. But most of the weekend looks great. Highs into the 60s, thunderstorms again late next week.
It's a beautiful weekend to be outside, and it looks like the nice weather's staying with us.
Yeah, it's going to stay around next few days.
Thanks, Doug. Still ahead in sports, pair of Carthage High School standouts signed to continue their careers in college. And the Columbus Titans put their 7-game winning streak on the line against Galena. Jacob Leonard has those highlights and more up next.
Well, the Columbus High School baseball team is off to a hot start this season. The Titans are 7-1 in their first 8 games, and they've won 7 in a row. On top of that, they haven't allowed a single run in 5 straight games. Tonight, Columbus aims to stay rolling on the road for a CNC matchup against Galena. Now, Galena gets 2 on in the first, but Seth Stover shuts it down. Strikeout there. Then later in the inning, another punch out. Titans up 2-0 after 1. Top of the second, Caden Cox lines it into left center. Ball gets down. Jaspin Tanner scores. It's 4-0 Columbus going to the bottom of the second. Checking back in with Seth Stover on the mound. He's still cruising. He goes 4 shutout innings today for the Titans. On top of the third, Jaspin Tanner yanks one into the left field corner. Jack Valela comes home easily. Tanner in for the double. 6-0 Columbus after 3. In fourth inning, Seth Stover not done. This time he's at the plate. High and deep to left center. Clears the fence for the solo home run. And not the only long ball of the day for Columbus. Next inning, that's Landon Midget getting it up in the air to right center. That is gone. Solo shot for the senior catcher. Another Columbus win and another shutout. Titans beat Galena today 12-0. A big softball matchup this evening in Southeast Kansas with Girard hosting Pittsburgh. The Trojans are 4-0 coming into the day. Pittsburgh is 3-1. They've had a couple weather delays in that one, but right now Pittsburgh leads at 3-0 in the top of the fourth inning. A pair of Carthage High School student athletes get the chance to compete at the next level. Clay Kinder and Davion King signed today to continue their careers in college. Now, both of these guys are kind of good at everything, but Kinder chooses to play baseball in college. He signs today to play at Coffeyville Community College. Now, as for King, he will wrestle at Labette Community College. Now, King is a 3-time state qualifier and 2-time state placer for Carthage High School in his career.
Well, I think I excel the most on top when I'm wrestling on top, and I feel like I can tilt anyone, like I can catch anyone in a tilt or a cradle. So,
catcher's pretty much the leader, the captain. You got to know where everyone has to be at all times. You're telling everyone what to do. So I mean, it's just pretty much the leader on the field.
Kansas City Royals pitcher Zach Greinke has made 2 starts so far this season. In those 2 starts, the Royals are 0-2, but it's not really on him. Greinke has thrown 11 1/3 and only allowed 3 runs, but Kansas City hasn't scored a single run in his 2 starts. They have a chance to change that tonight, though. The Royals begin a 3-game series against the Rangers with Greinke on the mound. That one will get started at 7:05 in Texas. And the St. Louis Cardinals also in action tonight, kicking off a 3-game set on the road against the Rockies. The Cards have lost 5 of their last 6. That one's at 7:40. I'll have the latest from both of these games right here tonight at 10. So Columbus High School baseball, obviously very hot to start the season. They're a fun group to watch. I imagine the rest of the season's kind of going to look like today.
I hope so. I imagine you're right. Yeah. We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Webb City Council meets to discuss the legalization of recreational marijuana use in public. Plus, how a court ruling on the sale of abortion pills could affect other medications. Those stories, a lot more tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Some areas out to our west seeing a bit of storm activity.
Yeah, most of the thunderstorms this afternoon have been on the Kansas and the Oklahoma side. They'll last the next couple hours and then die down. Next few days look fantastic. Mid-70s, plenty of sunshine. Thunderstorm chances back in Friday.
Final sports notes.
We told you Columbus won in a shutout. It's their 6th consecutive win by shutout. Nobody scored on them in 6 games.
Wow. That's a remarkable stat.
It's tough to beat somebody when you don't score.
It's hard enough to win 6 straight, but to do it without giving up any runs. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.